Welcome everybody to season 3 of Nomad, The World Is My Beat. I'm British journalist Lisa Foreman and I'm taking you around the world with me in my suitcase. In this episode, where mermaids live, we're doing the opposite. We're going home. When I say we're going home, what I mean is I'm taking you back to the seaside town in England, Whitstable, where I grew up. I grew up in a house on the beach, and while many people watch TV every night, I watched the waves. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my beach. It's Whitstable Beach. I grew up on this beach, on a house right on the seafront, about a 20-minute walk from here. I'm recording this introduction today in Cannes, and I'm sitting next to another beach, a sandy beach in the south of France on the Mediterranean, where my neighbours would go every summer and come back with golden suntans. It seemed to me that I didn't belong to that set of people that would go to somewhere like the south of France. But now, in fact, as a journalist, I come down to Cannes regularly. And in fact, it's Whitstable now that I crave, and it's quite rare for me to go there. But now that I've grown up and flown the nest, just like the many, many people that decided to make Whitstable home in the last few decades because it was suddenly discovered as being a cool, artsy, beautiful place to live, I appreciate the beauty and the charm of Whitstable in a way that I lived as a child, but just didn't know anything else. Somebody's watching me, my anxiety, yeah. So in this episode where mermaids live, you will get to walk through some of my childhood memories and childhood stomping grounds. So I hope you enjoy the ride. And if you're ever looking for a really cool, slightly cult beach town to visit with the most magnificent sunsets and lovely people, and even when it's busy you can still find space by walking out along the beach, then I can't recommend Whitstable enough. And if one day you decide that there's nothing good worth watching on TV or on YouTube or on Netflix or at the cinema, I can only recommend what I did as a child, which is to find yourself a beach house and watch the waves. When I grew up on this gorgeous beach in Whitstable, Kent, I went swimming a lot, I played tennis, I walked every day to the local school. It was a kind of rubbish school in which at the age of 16 I was given two choices, which was basically to become a beautician or a hairdresser. I don't know how I got out of that situation. I don't know how I managed to get to university. I didn't know what one was. I have absolutely no idea. So in England there's this caste system still. This is the road next to my mum's old street in Whitstable, Kent. And what's interesting is that on this street, look, you've got these giant homes. Giant! So this was like the rich street. And the next street where my mum moved wasn't the poor street, it was definitely the middle class street. So I'm sitting here in front of Wavecrest in Whitstable. It's a street I grew up on. That's the house I grew up in. 6A Wavecrest. My grandma died in that room at the top. All sorts of things happened to us in this house. Oop, there's work going on down there, doesn't look too pretty. So there's lots that happened here. Grew up on a beach, was surrounded by journalists that lived in this row of 17 houses because they wanted to have a sea view because they were like me. So that white house there was the home of Peter Cushing, a famous British actor. And half the houses on our road were inhabited by journalists. On both sides of me there were journalists, and a few doors down. And who knows how things go into us as children and impact how we develop, because in the end I became a variety journalist covering in Hollywood, I had an actor I would see every day, and all of my neighbours were journalists. I'm not sure I don't think I'd have made the journalism choice without having that impact or influence on me as a kid. This is Tankerton, Kent. It's just north by walking, about 10 minutes from Whitstable, where I grew up. And it's where my mum's last house was in England, down that street. And I'm back for a few days in the summer, taking in the changes like that. I think that was last Valenti's. Oh no, it's got another name on it. Number 5 Tankerton Circus. So there's a bit of a sort of dive bar ice cream place. It was empty. It's a great location for a cool restaurant. These are the tennis courts. As many of you know, if you follow me, I crave tennis. It's because when I was a kid, you could always scrape together pennies and come and play on loads of these courts. And most interestingly, what I've discovered on this trip is Scoop's ice cream parlour over here, which is closed on a Monday morning, had a sign outside saying ice cream for dogs. By chance, I happened to meet at a party in London on Friday night Toby Rose, who's the founder of the Palm Dog, which, as the name suggests, is a prize for dogs at the Cannes Film Festival. I think Tilda Swinton has even won it. But anyway, I saw a sign out here advertising ice cream for dogs, and I've decided to explore this. So we're down Whitstable Tankerton beachfront between two places selling ice cream for dogs, and we've met a chap walking his dog. What do you think? Would you serve your little dog ice cream?
I guess it gets hot and they need some sort of hydration. They can get it from that. Obviously water's preferable though, isn't it? But it's a novelty, but it could be a bit of fun.
So we're down at Tankerton Beach, just down from St Anne's Kiosk or something like that. They're selling ice cream for dogs. And I've met some real dog owners here, and I'd like to find out, what do you think? What's your name and what do you think about this ice cream for dogs?
I think a lot of dogs like it, but unfortunately I tried it for my dog Teddy and he didn't like it.
No?
But he's a funny old thing.
Oh. And I've heard that there's now in bars or restaurants menus for dogs. Is that something you've come across?
Yeah, I think at Marine they
Oh,
the
they do?
the hotel, yeah.
So, man, would you order your...
I think it's just a very doggy friendly place.
Is it Whitstable?
Yeah.
So we're at a local cafe on Tankerton Slopes, and what's your name?
Jane.
Jane is going to tell me about ice cream for dogs. So that's something you sell?
Yes.
How long's that been around then, or have you been selling it?
2 years, 3 years.
Oh yeah, and do people go for it?
Yes, very popular.
And so do they eat it in a bowl, or how do the dogs eat it?
Yeah, you undo it. Let me show you one.
Yeah!
Come
Cheers,
here.
love.
I'm not quite open yet.
No, that's all right. Even better. Don't have to hold your customers up. Oh, we're going to see ice cream for dogs in here. I love it. So exciting. I wonder if my dog Ebony would have liked that. That's right, Scoops. I saw it. It's so cute. So do they come in different flavours?
They do, but we only do the one here.
Okay.
So you undo it and then
Yeah.
you lick it out.
Oh, that's brill.
Some dogs like it,
Yeah.
and some don't.
Oh yeah, some won't eat it.
And we used to do a lot of the Frozzies one, but that was like a frozen yoghurt one. They
Oh
didn't
really?
like that.
Isn't that funny? And someone just told me, a dog owner down there, that there's now menus in pubs or restaurants for
Is
dogs.
there?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
No.
Thank you, my love.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
What's the name of the cafe?
St Anne's Kiosk.
St Anne's Kiosk on Tankerton Slopes.
Yeah.
That's, guys, where you can get your ice cream for dogs in Whitstable. Cheers, love. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm standing outside what was the Sir William Nottage School and is now called the Whitstable School. It's where I attended high school, where I went to school from the age of 11 to 16 in a blustery English seaside town called Whitstable, which has since become super hip and expensive, with lots of celebrities moving down here and buying houses. So this school was at the time what's called a secondary modern. It means that at the age of 11, when we had to do a test, I was on the borderline. I didn't get a spot at one of the schools for more intelligent kids, and I was sent here. I'm just thinking about the starts we get in life and where we go from that. So basically in this school we did lots of metalwork and woodwork and cooking. I did tons of sports, so I was really athletic. I did a huge amount of music. I've walked up here practicing singing today from my singing class in Paris, but I could remember the music teacher when I was 11 telling me I'm not a singer. But you know what, like, now I do a lot of dance. 2 dance teachers said to me, you're a singer, and now I do a lot of singing. I also I think failed my English exams, or I didn't do very well, and I left university with a dyslexia certificate. Well, guess what? I've written worldwide for the New York Times and I'm a print journalist. So that's just a couple of things, but I'm walking up here thinking about some of the episodes we're just editing for Nomad. And interestingly, first of all, if somebody had said to me I would travel to all these incredible places, that I would do the things I've gone on to do, live in LA and be a journalist, go to fashion work, travel non-stop all over the world, do a 7-week trek through Morocco, I mean, I would have been astounded. So when I was little, these houses didn't exist. So we lived down here. This is the way to Wavecrest. I grew up at 6A Wavecrest, a dreamy 4-story beach house with the sea in front of my window and the tennis courts to this side. Anyway, this was really spooky when you were a little kid to have to wander down here. Once, in fact, because I belonged to a youth marching band that was leaving early one morning for a weekend away, my mum said to me at 4 in the morning, you can just wander down the beach on your own to get to the band practice. I was about 10. I was scared to death. Finally, after crying and crying, they got up and took me. I mean, these parents, what are they doing? Mrs. here. Hello, girls. Cute. When I was 11 years old, I started doing a paper round at what was the local corner shop. It's now the Windy Stores Cafe. So I used to have to go all along the beach roads to deliver newspapers, and that would start here early in the morning before school. And it was lovely, actually. Good way to wake up, but I was always a little bit late. At one point I had 2 paper rounds, a Saturday job, a Thursday job. One of my favourite memories is somebody in one of these houses, they look a bit tatty now but they're pretty nice inside, left me a Christmas card with like £3 or something, and she'd done a paper cutout, sent to my little paper doll, and I could pull up out these little dolls she'd created in paper. That's so sweet.